It's 5:36 in the morning, and I am leaving the hotel here by the convention center for the LA Auto Show. I'm about to drive back to Boulder, Colorado in this, my dream car, which is pretty cool. I just Google mapped it. It says it's going to take 15 hours and 23 minutes. It's about 1,000 miles. And I want to get an early start to avoid traffic here. Howdy, man. How are you guys? Yeah, good morning. Are you guys out of here? All right. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I get to road trip home in this. All right. See you guys. Look how tall that is. That's knee level for the running boards. Pretty crazy stuff that. So yeah, about to leave LA and head to Colorado. Apparently it snowed a lot. Am I worried? I don't think so. I'm gonna do a typical TFL fuel loop. Well, it's not a loop, it's a one-way, and find out just what kind of fuel economy this bad boy gets. Look at the inside of this. Somebody's got this like a Berlin disco set up. Drive. It's only got 2,033 miles on it. That's pretty crazy. I always worry about how tall this is, so I gotta be careful here. I don't want to scrape the roof of this. I look down on all you Lamborghinis, all you Maseratis, all you Ferraris, all you Rolls Royces. I look down, just down on you. Aston Martin, Porsches. This is like a Rolls Royces. This is like a cavalcade of who's car at the hotel. This is the JW Marriott, another Porsche 911 over there. This is the JW Marriott Cadillac Escalade. Oh, and of course, not one, but two G-Wagons. Oh, they're so short. Oh no, I just got outdone. Hold on, I gotta stop. I just got outdone in the hotel parking lot. I didn't think this is possible because I've never seen one of these in real life. But look what's here. This is a 6x6 G-Wagon. Oh, now these are exceptionally rare. And yes, cooler than that. So I do think it might be no, it's about the same. It's about the same height. And this is of course the previous generation G-Wagon, 6x6 pickup truck. Those are, yeah, probably 500,000, probably more than that now. Look at that. It's got that silly bumper that the old generation had. This one's much better. But yeah, this is the thing about LA. You come here and you're like, hey, I've got the coolest car in the parking garage. I got slammed it, I keep forgetting. There we go. I've got the coolest car in the parking garage. And of course I don't. All right, well, here we are. Got out of downtown LA. I'm on I-10 East, heading towards San Bernardino and eventually Las Vegas. Right now, since I left at 5:30-ish, not exactly a ton of traffic, which is nice, because I could have spent a lot of time just getting the heck out of Dodge. In case you're wondering how far it is, Boulder, Colorado, well, it's over 1,000 miles, so it's a ways. Tommy and I have driven this before in one shot in an old Jeep. It was a TJ actually that we bought, a 4-cylinder here, and drove it back in one go. I've gone 38 miles so far, so I've got another 980 to go. But it's doable in one day. Hopefully the plan is, we'll see how I'm doing, to make it to Moab tonight. And then, if all goes well, I'll actually take this thing off-road in Moab tomorrow and do an off-road video with it. Let's you and me talk about the G-Wagon squared. I am, like I said, truly amazed by how good this is on the highway. As you know, this is my dream car, and if I had won that $2 billion lottery a couple weeks ago, this is the car I would have gone and bought right away. Even though I feel like I'm driving the typical American home, not because of its squareness, but because it costs $360,000. Oh, I am a little nervous with that much G-Wagon in my hands. But it is surprising just how extremely stable and comfortable it is at, well, let's say highway speeds that Europeans would be comfortable at. The only thing that is a little hint of its off-road ability is when you hit the brakes, it tends to kind of sway back and forth because you've got so much suspension travel. 4-liter V8, 577 horsepower, 627 pound-foot of torque, amazing amount of power. But with great power comes great thirst, and that's what we're about to find out. So I'm going to get through Vegas because it's what time is it? It's 9:46 right now, and I want to get through here and don't want to be stuck in traffic because this is the only other place where you're going to get traffic right on this drive, which is 1,000 miles from LA to Colorado. So I'm going to go through Vegas, and then I'm going to hit our gas partner, which is Sinclair. I'm going to fill up, and we're going to do an MPG test. So we're going to do one tank full and see just how much gas the truck says that we're using versus how much real gas it uses based on the 2-click pump method that we use. And if you're not familiar with that, well, you'll see what I'm about to do. And why don't you put your guesses down if you're watching this video right now? Is it going to get over 10 mpg? All right, here we are just outside of Vegas. I am pulling into, as always, our Sinclair gas station, our partner for these MPG loops. Keep in mind, guys, that we use Sinclair because not only are they a great gas station, but they have Dyno Care additives for their gasoline. And if you get and download their app, you can actually save money. So I'm gonna hop out, I'm gonna fill this truck up, and then we're gonna reset the odometer. We're gonna find out just what kind of fuel economy this is getting out of 577 horsepower. So let's turn that off and let's jump outside. Every time I get out of this thing, I'm reminded just how tall it is. So like I said, dual side pipes on this side, massive off-road tires. Now these are 22s. It's rolling on Pirellis. These are Scorpions ATR, which are their off-road truck tires. In case you're wondering what size we're rolling on, it's 325/54 22s. I do like the wheels. They're AMG specific wheels. This is an AMG model. And you can only get the squared in the 63. So if you're wondering, how come there isn't a 55? Well, and there's of course the other set of side pipes. So side exhaust, dual sides, pretty cool. Carbon fiber there, carbon fiber there. You'd think there'd be a lot of wind noise across this, but I think they've done their homework. It doesn't really get all that loud. And then, carbon fiber up here as well. Look, I'm gonna lift the phone up so you can see. Yeah, way up there. And of course, a spare tire over here. More carbon fiber, 4x4 squared. If you're wondering how much room there is, a lot more room than the previous model. The seats do fold down, so you can use this to get the kiddos and be the coolest mom or dad at the school picking them up. I actually like these giant Mercedes mud flaps. They're very European. We don't tend to do that here in America, but those are pretty cool. And a much better bumper than the one that was on that old 6x6 squared. Like I said, that was kind of a funky one. And a bull bar, grill bar, whatever you want to call it. And of course, not one, but two Mercedes badges on the front of this. All right, well, let's fill it up. And here outside of Vegas, we're paying $5.65 for the premium gasoline. And I had about a quarter tank left when I got into the station, so that could be over $100. I don't know how big the gas tank is on this. It might be pretty big. We shall find out. And I know that if you can afford this vehicle, you can probably afford the gas. But you know, as a person who has got this thing on loan for 2 weeks, it's still fascinating for me to see just how much fuel this will sip or not. It's cold. It's gotten cold. Sure. Try again. Now we'll get it. 15.3 gallons. Let's go. There it goes. Yeah, that did seem too low. Hopefully you can see that. Another 7 gallons going in. And there we go. That's the right one. Now we wait 30 seconds. Ugh. There we go. So 15.03 plus 7.42 equals 22.45. It's 29 degrees out there. No wonder I am cold. All right, so 22.45. So 22.45. My brain is working. Clear. 209 divided by 22.45, and that equals, drum roll. There you go. For all of you who thought it was going to be over 10 mpg, it's not. It's 9.3. All right, well, I'm about halfway. Let's see what Google says to get home. Start 8 hours left, 538 miles, so about halfway. So time to hit the road. According to the navigation system, if I keep going at what I will call Autobahn speeds, which this thing excels at, I should get home to Boulder at about 10:30 tonight. There's some fans who stop and say hi to me. I always love meeting you guys. I'm so grateful that you watch. It allows me to drive vehicles like this, so thank you. Anyway, here's a conundrum. Two choices. I can go to Moab tonight, which is about 6 hours, just, you know, short of Boulder. That probably puts me in about 5 o'clock into Moab tonight, spend the night at the hotel, and then go and do an off-road video with this in Moab tomorrow. And the plan is to probably do Fins and Things, our standard off-road area that we use there. We know it very well. We've tested other vehicles. It's kind of, you know, yardstick that you can hold up to other vehicles that we've tested and see just how this does. Plan one. The downside to that is that I am by myself, and so I don't have a videographer, and it's very difficult to shoot what I would consider a quality or high quality video, and I think this vehicle deserves it, of it going off-road, seeing the articulation, seeing how it you know, handles the different obstacles by myself, because I can either drive or shoot. I can't do both, really. So that's option number one. Or option number two is just, you know, cannonball at home. And by the way, you might be thinking, you know, to drive 1,000 miles in a day is a long day, but I just did 2,500 with Nathan, so honestly, 1,000 miles doesn't seem that much. The other option, like I was saying, is go home, spend the weekend, relax, and then drive back to Moab next week and bring the Hummer EV along for comparison to this and a videographer. So then we would have Hummer versus G-Wagon squared versus Moab as a review, instead of just, you know, G-Wagon squared versus Moab by myself. So I don't know which of those two is going to happen. I'm kind of leaning toward just driving home and then going back to Moab next week and comparing the two. One of the things, of course, people keep looking up at me. Sorry, they're just staring up at me. It's crazy. Strangers just are like, ah, look at that. So I'm leaning toward that, but I think a lot of it will depend on how tired I am when I get to the turnoff from Moab. I mean, I don't want to be unsafe. And right now I feel good, but it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, and going east I do lose an hour as well, which kind of sucks. So we'll see. Let me hit the road, put some more miles underneath me, behind me, probably underneath me. I'm so tall. Let me show you. Here comes the Wrangler. I'll let the Wrangler pass me. You can kind of see where, height-wise, I said compared to the Wrangler. Here he comes. So I think that's not even a lifted Wrangler. It's just a standard Wrangler. I don't know if you can tell, but I am seeing, from my point of view, the mud not on the side of the Wrangler, on the roof of the Wrangler. So, you see it? Hey, check it out. That wasn't very long, but welcome to Utah. Yep, that's right. I made it to Utah now. All watercraft must exit at port of entry. Good thing I'm not towing Andre's boat. But good news is Utah, one state away from Colorado. Bad news, it's a long, big state. So it's going to take a while to go through Utah, but I did make it here and make it really good time. And I made it to St. George. In a previous lifetime, I used to come here for the Ironman race. But this is a cool town. It's kind of away from everything, obviously. But it means I'm getting closer to home. And so far, I'm not tired. This has been a very comfortable drive. My only complaint right now is that there is, like I said, not a huge amount, but some wind noise.
Keep left at the fork.
Alright, so I'm coming up on Moab, but I'm seeing a problem, and that's that. There is just a lot of snow around here, and you can go snow wheeling, but to do it by yourself is not great. And the thing about Moab Slick Rock is it's not slick unless there's snow or water on it. Then it becomes very slick. So as I'm seeing all of this snow everywhere, I think a smarter thing to do would be to just head on home. And I was afraid that you're never supposed to meet your heroes, but I have met my hero, and it's turned out to be pretty heroic. I like this thing. I could live with this thing. Every time I like, stopping at gas or stopping at lunch, I just sit there looking at it from the lunch stop or, from the gas station window, just admiring the sheer height and audaciousness of a vehicle that is a poster child for the ultimate off-roading Mercedes. Here we go, 400 miles to go, kind of in the middle of Utah. All right, just stopped here in Green River to gas up and change of plans. It's actually warmed up quite a bit, and I have decided that indeed I will go to Moab and then take this beast off-road by myself. So yeah, next stop, Moab. Why am I going to Moab? At the end of the day, if you've got this vehicle, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The snow seems to have melted, and you can't not take this off-road. All right, well, here we are in Moab, Utah. It's been a long day. I've been driving, it says 10 hours, 720 miles, but been on the road probably about 11 hours. And I've been coming to Moab probably for the last 25 years, something like that, and it certainly has changed a lot. I used to stay at like the Archway Inn right here for 89 bucks a night, and then if you really wanted to slum it, there were even cheaper hotels. Now, of course, outside of this time of year, winter, it's gotten crazy popular and crazy expensive here, so you could easily spend $300 a night. The reason I ended up driving here is because let's face it, Moab is, I believe, the premier off-roading area in the United States. Dare I say the world. It's just such a wonderful, wonderful place that has magic in it. I mean, there's everything here from a wonderland for bicyclists, for runners, for, of course, off-roaders, for climbers, and just for people who want to get away from, LA or Chicago or Denver. And even though it is in Moab, and it is obviously in a Mormon state, this feels very similar to Colorado. A lot of Coloradoans come here. In fact, there's a restaurant coming up on the right pretty soon called Pasta J's, which is a Boulder restaurant that moved here. Pasta J decided to open up here. So tomorrow I'm going to take this G-Wagon, which, let's face it, belongs here in Moab. It's like bringing a fish to water, right? This is where Mercedes, not on whatever they call it, the Schenkel, I guess you can test it there, but this is really where this thing belongs, and this thing needs to get wrung out. So just to wrap it up, as a cross-country vehicle, this is exceptional. 722 miles today. My butt is not sore. My head does not hurt. My fatigue level is very low. I'm feeling really good, and that's a testament to what this vehicle can do as an on-roader, which is incredible with 14 inches of ground clearance. And I caught Andre today, and he said, I'm rolling on 36s. We had to convert it. Like a Jeep. Look at this, ATV, Jeep, Discovery. It's just one off-roader after another. So to not come here would be a sin. Yeah, we can go and run some red dirt and actually get to use those 3 lockers and this button right there. As always, this is Roman saying thanks for watching. It's been a long day, and I'm glad that you guys are still with me. I will see you over at All TFL Off-Road. Ciao. And I'm about to hit the ice. Whoa. Oh, God.